All right. Well, we are on week 6. I can't believe it, which is only 2 weeks left. We have fear and belief are going to be the next ones. Um, yeah, I just wanted to say a quick congratulations. First off, Allie is at 11 signups for this month, which
I
is
just got one today too.
okay. She's at 12 people. So that is insane. So we might be wanting to ask Allie a little bit about her strategy this month. So we'll do a little Q&A, and she can give us all some tips and tricks. So she had an awesome make and take. So I really would love to hear about that too. I know Courtney's going to be doing a make and take, and I think Ashley just had one or is having one. So I might be a mom brain on my dates. But yeah, so which is totally a different way about going for a class, right? But I think that was a great way. So I want to hear a little bit about that. And then Cheryl has 4 signups. So awesome job. And Kasha's at 3. Those are just some of the top. I know some of you have also done 1 and 2. So congratulations to everyone. But I just want to do a couple shout outs because I was just super excited. So yeah, maybe let's start in real quick and let Allie, I didn't prep her on this. Let's let Allie share a little bit about her make and take to let us know how that went, and then how did you convert some of them into signups? And then I know you've been doing BOGO stuff as well. So how are you getting higher numbers, and what are some things that you changed up this month compared to last month?
Yeah, absolutely. So for the class, Beth actually taught a pretty large portion of it. And when we were sort of figuring out how we were going to make the make and take work, we decided that she would sort of teach the intro to essential oils portion of the class. So that was sort of the major part. And she sort of had some things that were summer related. And I think so she did that, and then she did the clothes before I even started the DIY part. So I think what's really important is to like share the info before people can like get the stuff and then just leave. And I think another important thing was the Eventbrite page, which I highly recommend doing. This was my first class, but it was just easy for me on an organizational level because I wasn't having to email people back and forth. It was really easy and organized that way. But in the Eventbrite page, I sort of marketed the class as an intro to essential oils and summer DIYs. And in the sort of bio of it, I told people that they would be able to purchase a kit or a membership at the class. And Beth told me to do that because then people weren't coming to the class thinking they were just going to pay $5 for DIY and then sort of get like sticker shock for, you know, the other stuff. So I feel like sort of telling people ahead of time and letting them know what they're going to expect really helped.
So you did charge $5 for the make and take?
Yeah, so the class was free. I had 3 different make and takes. I charged $5 for the bigger bottle. It was like a hair sea salt spray, and then $3 each for a bug spray and a like after sun soothing spray.
Oh, awesome. So a total of around like $11, which totally. So you can either do it the way she did, or sometimes if you get a really big group, like when I did it, it got a little confusing with people paying me, like once you're maybe having more of your team and not outside people. So when I did them, I just did them a flat rate, but I like that you give people the options because some people don't want to do a flat rate and they did like the smaller. So I definitely think to cater to customers that way is great. And then maybe if you're doing larger events for your downline later on, for ease sake, you can just say flat rate and then group it all. But oh, that's awesome. Okay, so you got, what was it, 4 signups from that class?
I think 4 signups, and then a couple people just buying like a retail item, or I think 1 or 2 people. So, and there were 12 people there. So overall, I think that's good. I mean, yeah,
That's
it was a really
awesome.
good class. I definitely want to teach more. I was super nervous, like going into it. I was so nervous, and I think having Beth there helped a lot. But when we were teaching, I really sort of surprised myself. Like, I don't know, I just thought like, this is so scary. What if someone asks me a question that I don't know? And I feel like when I was in the class, it was much more relaxed than I had made it out to be. And people sort of understand, like, if you don't know something, like if there was something someone asked me that I didn't know, and I was just like, you know, it's a great question. I'll look that up and I'll email it to you. And
Yeah.
I'm fine with it. And so I think like sort of taking that pressure off myself really helps, and it'll help me in my next class too.
That's great advice. What can you tell us about how long it took? So Beth's best amount of the class versus like your make and take.
Yeah, so her part was longer. It was probably 35 minutes. And then mine, excuse me, was probably like 10 to 15. But I did talk sort of fast. I could have probably talked slower and like calmed down a little bit. And then people filled up their bottles for maybe about 10 minutes. And then it was nice because, so it was a larger class. So we had half the group sort of fill up their bottles with me, and then half the group be with Beth, and she answered their questions and helped them fill out their enrollment forms. And then we sort of swapped. So everyone had time to do everything. And I feel like in the smaller groups that way, it was, like people weren't like darting out, you know, because it felt like things were still going. And then I had a raffle, just a small essential oil raffle, and I held it to the very end so people would like have to stay. Like,
Totally.
And it worked. So
awesome. And then how about some of your more signups from the BOGO? Anything that you changed up or tried something different?
Yeah, so I sort of went out on a limb with a BOGO. I had seen another essential oil person on Instagram say that they were going to give the membership away for free. So I talked to my husband about that and just sort of, you know, thought, you know, just brainstormed and thought if that would be a good idea for me. And I honestly didn't think I would get as many as I did, but I think that really helped me because my audience is younger. Many of them are single, in school still, and I feel like that $35 is a burden for a lot of them. And it's like the kits are sort of like a higher price point for them too. So I think being able to you know, reimburse them for that has really helped. Because I've been getting emails like crazy, and I'm like, okay, Friday's the last day, like let's like, you know what I mean? But I think that that's cool because maybe I'm getting people that wouldn't have ever like thought that they could afford essential oils, and now hopefully I'll be able to get them on the LRP, even if it's just a small amount monthly. It's something, and it's something that, you know, is obviously going to help them in the long run too. So
yeah, no, I think that's a great idea, man. You have to weigh your costs with, you know, here, let me switch. Thank you so much for that. That was great info, by the way. And then if anybody has questions after I talk to specifically Ask Allie, then we can do that. But I did that as well, but I know some people can't do that in their budget. But let me tell you why I'm doing that. And even if I wasn't making a lot of money, why I still might consider doing it. Sometimes when you invest back into your business, that's when you continue to see more growth, right? So if you can be okay with making no money in a month and every one of your profits for this month went back into actually support, you know, getting more customers, is that going to give you your eventual goal of growing your business a lot bigger? The answer most likely is yes. So are you okay with loss this month for bigger gain later? You have to decide that for yourself. But I find a lot of times when our organization isn't growing, that means we need to change something up within it. And so that's what Allie did in a sense, is like, okay, a lot of my customers are younger, and she could have used that as like something to hold on to of why her business isn't expanding. Oh man, no one's signing up. Everybody doesn't have money. Instead, what is she doing? By doing this, and I did this myself too, and I've had a lot of people take me up on that same deal. And some of the people I converted into a kit. Once I hooked them with the idea of the membership, what I actually did so that I didn't have to explain it in an email to everyone is I actually made a Zoom video just like this of me telling someone what the $35 membership was, how they can sign up. So I shared my screen. I went to the sign up. I scrolled through our Obsessed with Essentials Facebook group, so they actually got to see what the inside of the group looked like. I said, yeah, look, Mary's asking this question. And look over here, I have my face doing a million videos. And over here's all the recipes and charts. So it literally gave them a peek inside something that they wanted. And then I said, and then if you really want a lot of savings, here's this kit that I'm doing. And for this month, which I've never done, I said, with the kit, I'm getting the free diffuser. Now, again, I am not making a penny off that kit sale, right? The diffuser cost me $21. The Family Essentials kit, I make $21. And after I ship it to them, I'm actually losing a little money, right? But I thought, what if I hooked the customer for life? I know now that I've done the business for over a year, that's exactly what I want. Because to be honest, last BOGO, guess who I got to actually order? And I didn't even get them to do the membership. She just ordered underneath me. Courtney, who's in our group today. So what if I did not offer that you guys could use my own wholesale membership, or like I'll pay for a free wholesale membership? Courtney would have probably just ordered off of Amazon or found someone else. But because I gave her a gateway drug into it, and when she wasn't ready to jump into the kit, it hooked her. And then when she wanted to, I added her to the group. And then when she was ready to want to buy the kit, she bought it through me, the Home Essentials, the bigger one, and now she's a builder. So again, see how when I did my first BOGOs, my viewpoint of what BOGOs could be is I was like, BOGOs are a lot of work. BOGOs are this. Like, this is draining to my life. It's causing me stress. Like, why am I letting people order on my wholesale account? I have to ship them out, and this is like so much work afterwards. But then when I saw the fruits of my labor with people like Courtney, I said, wow, this is the best investment and opportunity ever. And it comes out 3 times a year with doTERRA. I'm going to make the most of it, right? And so when I did this, I had 2 people so far this month. One lady who's been following me on Instagram forever, and she was buying plant therapy essential oils and has been posting tons of them in DIYs, and she's even a blogger, right? She finally jumped on and bought a kit. Why? Because I gave the diffuser away for free and she couldn't pass up the deal, she said. She said she's been thinking about doing essential oil. Jumping. She wanted to do my group. She's been waiting forever. But she's like, I'm the kind of person that has to research and think and pray. And she's like, I've actually been praying about doing the business and talking to my husband about it. And she signed up with the kit. Okay? So like for me giving a $20 diffuser away and making no money off her kit, are you joking? I'm so stoked on that. I could care less about $20, right? So we have to keep that. We have to think, if I could get a sharer, if I could get a consistent LRP order, if I could get someone that will then host a class for me. These are all those things. It doesn't even have to be, that person doesn't have to have a lot of money. How about if that person starts using them and their mom starts loving them, or their grandma, or their friend? I mean, you're opening up your network whenever you're getting somebody new. So if you're able to financially, and if you can't offer like unlimited amounts of free wholesale memberships, right? Say I'm giving away 3 wholesale memberships, right? Or 2, or 1, or whatever you can do and be okay with. Or if you get a kit, I'm going to give a free diffuser. You're not losing anything on that, right? Because that's basically the same. So it's just an exchange. So if you can be okay with that, that's something that I really feel will fuel your organization and give it more momentum, which we talked about is key, right? If your organization is all the same people over and over again, you're getting no faces. Are you motivated? No. And your whole network doesn't feel that momentum either, right? So that's what I've been doing. There's still 1 day left of BOGO. So if you want to offer that tomorrow and see what it goes and, come back and let us know. You don't have to, but that's just a thought. Beth, when she saw that I was giving away a diffuser too at the beginning of the week, a wholesale membership, she's like, oh, you're really giving away a wholesale membership? And I said, yeah. And I said, you know what? It's worth it to me to try to see something, right? It was worth the risk. And so she's like, all right, I'm going to think about it, but that's a lot of money, but maybe I'll do it. And then she decided to do it, and she literally has gotten, I think, 5-7 people so far taking her up on that. Some buying, and then each time, they could buy more items. And let's keep in mind, if you hook them within the first 60 days, you get 20% of anything they order. So what if they buy the BOGO and next month they order a kit because they're so obsessed with their BOGO because you poured back into them and gave them education and tagged them into the intro essential oil class? That means now you sold them a kit and you're still getting 20%. For the first 60 days, you get 20% of everything. So just remember, it's not just that first sale. You have 60 days to bank on that 20%. So it's all up to you to get the most orders out of that one person, right? So yeah, anybody have any questions for Allie or myself or any other BOGO things that you guys have done that worked for you well that you want to share with us this week?
I have a question for Allie. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Sorry, it says Melody because I think I logged into your Zoom to do a class and I didn't log out completely. I'm sorry. So it's Cheryl.
No.
Allie, I have a question on, you mentioned your Eventbrite page that you did for the event. how did you, like, I don't really know how that works. Is it community based? Like, do you tag people's interests, or how did you find the people to invite on the Eventbrite page?
Yeah, totally. So I just use Eventbrite. I think it does have, like, I think people can search through that website to find community things, but I just talked about it on my Instagram, and I had the link in my profile, so people can click on it and then they RSVP through Eventbrite. So you can have like a photo, you can have a description, and then you can like have paid tickets. You can set it up for the tickets to be free, paid. And I just think it's great, especially, you know, we're all busy, we all have things to do. Like, it organizes things for you so you don't have to think about it. And it will like send a reminder email to your people 48 hours before. You can have a wait list. Like, if you just want to invite 5 or 10 people, you can have a wait list after that. And then it just makes it really easy on the back end. But yeah, I talk about it on my Instagram first, and then just tell people to go through the link to sign up.
So you do a lot of what Jenna does, which is the Instagram Live, right? And or videos, right? And so I feel like we can really see the value of what that does for people, because she's connecting so well with people. That's why she's getting like 20 people saying yes to a class and 12 actually show up, right? Because literally she makes videos, and of course we can be like, oh, I wish we had as many followers as she does and things like that, but she's poured a lot of time into this. I mean, this is her full-time job. She makes videos and literally does this nonstop. And so this is something she's poured a ton into. So this is all something we can work towards, but it's not something that happened overnight to her, right? But if you keep pouring into this kind of community, and we'll talk more about a community, really you can create your own, and the way they're going to connect better with you is not through Instagram posts, and that sort of leads into my talk for the night. But yeah, anybody else before I go start talking about notes that has a question?
I actually just want to ask, going back to like, you know, giving away a membership kind of thing. Is it like with the idea that they're going to take advantage of that day's BOGO or some sort of purchase, yes, or you're just giving them a membership?
No, I said that. I said if you want to get started with the BOGO, I will refund you back the $35 or reimburse you the $35 membership, so you'll get that for free. So in a sense, you're just paying for the BOGO.
Okay. Cool.
Yeah. Anybody else? Okay, perfect. So let's get going. Okay, let me get my notes up here. Okay, so I'm just going to start reading through some of my notes on first what Jenna said. So her first line on the video I loved, and she said, if you want your customer to purchase something once, sell them something. If you want them to purchase something forever, give them a community. And I'm telling you, that has been the biggest game changer for my business. When I started really going back into it and doing this, I was like, how do I get people on the LRP? How do I get them excited? I am not a mass emailer. Like, I don't do this. I know I have a community somewhat on Instagram, but that doesn't feel like that interactive community that I wanted for the oil group. And I just felt like I would do all these work for classes, and yet I did not care about the $20 sign up. I just felt like I was on the hamster wheel. Let me do it again next month and the next month. And I was like, I can't do this anymore. So that's why I started the Facebook group, right? And we'll talk about more why she says Facebook is the best for relationships versus Instagram, which is a one-stop shop. Now, Instagram has a lot of benefits. I mean, I use Instagram a ton, and I think the live video and then, you know, the videos that they can click on is amazing, because a lot of times with the algorithm Instagram, they don't even see your posts. They're putting a lot of work into them. But if they see your photo at the top for the video and they watch your video, they literally go through your video feed themselves, right? Nothing gets skipped over. So a lot of times if I do a post, I found a lot of Instagrammers screenshot the picture of like, they screenshot the picture of their Instagram like this. And can you guys see that? No? Okay. No. Well, okay, screenshot the part of your Instagram where it shows all your little photos that you just posted, right? Then you like, you know, do a scribble mark over the one you just did and put like new post about oils or check out why I love this. So then it makes them go back to your Instagram and actually look at that post, right? Reminds them that you actually posted something new. And so the video feed is such a great feature for that, because I think people were sick of putting all this work into Instagram posts and then no one even seeing them. So that's another way to get people to actually see your Instagram post, is to make sure, now you don't want to do the exact same photo on both, that's too much repetition, but either get a teaser or a little info or something like that that draws them back to your Instagram post so they like it, and then that like helps your feed to get seen more as well, right? A likes and comments. But back to Facebook, I found that truly that is where a community was built. And it wasn't like I was the only, like I was getting text messages, no joke, and I still get a lot because I don't really put limits on that, which I always go back and forth, should I not? But I get text messages from people a lot, right? Because I just want to make sure they're so connected, but it was getting to a little bit over the top from customers. And I found that once I was like, oh, we have this Facebook group, there's this search bar, you literally type in the keyword, you can find everything. That solved half of my text messages, right? Or when I was like, oh, this is a great question, here's my answer, but really I think you should write it in the group. And so you point them back, not just say like, I don't want to answer your question, go ask it on Facebook, but help them, but also say, you'll want to hear what everybody else has to say, go ask it in the group, right? Really encourage them to get connected. When they start connecting with like-minded people, that is where community is built, and then they're going to go back to that page over and over again. And I know I gave this example already, but seriously, the Christmas in July thing has been amazing, because that is where the community is, right? And you're having all of these people buy these new products because the community said this has helped them, right? And they're believing the community rather than you as the salesperson, maybe, right? Either in your eyes or their eyes, maybe a little bit saying like, oh, try Lifelong Vitality vitamins, and why don't you do it on the LRP too, right? Like, let them learn that through the community, and you're just pointing them in there, but you have to connect them well with it. So for me, that was a really great thing. And one other line she said is build deep, not wide. And she says, it's like we forget about the person right in front of us. And I feel like, especially for so many of us that are so motivated and go-getters, that is so true, right? We're just on to the next sale and the next person because we want to grow and get that one. But truly, until you nourish that person right in front of you, are you really good at nourishing your network? Because you're just going to amass more and more people, but none of them really know actually the potential of what the oils can do because you didn't spend the time to actually help them, right? So whatever your personal way of connecting is, that personal note, tagging them, doing a one-on-one video, having them over. Like today, I literally, one of the girls that signed up with me, she said, oh, I just want to come over and smell some essential oils and really try some out. I know you're busy, but is that anything we can do, right? And the truth of the matter is, yes, I am busy, right? But on the other hand, I really know the importance of pouring into people. So what did I do? She showed up, I hurried and cleaned my house. I'm totally in my yoga pants and workout, sweaty from just working out. So I don't put all these expectations that I need to look beautiful and whatever. I have to let that stuff go if I'm going to be able to invite people into my home on a weekly basis, right? And so it's like, it's not about me. She wants the essential oils. Let me just make it happen. So we literally have a kid play date so it can happen, right? This is what moms want to hear. How do you build your business, right? Okay, kid play dates. I do that all the time. You bring your kids over, my kids are over, they play in the backyard, we can talk about oils. And we literally did that for 2 hours and talked about health and vaccines and homeschooling. And she smelled a bunch of oils and wrote down all the ones she wants to buy. And she's saying she might even want to sell it in the future. Okay, was that worth 2 hours of my time? Yes. Was that a lot of my day? It was, to be honest. But that is what that person needed, and that's what I need to give back to my community. If I just didn't have enough time for everyone who wanted that, do you really feel like they would feel like I'm nourishing them, that I care about them, that I'm interested? They wouldn't. So figure out what the people in your network need, and I challenge you to really give them what they need. Now, we all need to have boundaries, right? And so if you need to schedule that time, but I challenge you, if you're not nourishing your network, why don't you schedule every single week, 1 hour a week? Then if you can do that, and literally for that hour, that's all you do. You write notes. You make a couple roller bottles to mail people. You tag them in posts. You send them some information. You just, I don't know, connect with them. But you need to set aside some time if you're finding that you don't have any to actually give back to your community. Otherwise, all your hard work that you guys are pouring in, I feel like you're just throwing seeds onto rocks rather than throwing the seeds into good soil where it's going to sprout up and then have a great organization. You guys are going to be all bummed because you're working your butts off to get these signups, but you're like, no one's reordering. No one cares about my make and take. No one cares about anything. Well, yeah, because you didn't care to actually help them, right? So, so that's my little spiel on that. Let's see if there's anything else I wrote on my notes. And then she talks about live streaming. Again, I loved your guys' comments that some of you guys did it for the first time, and you guys were the best. You're like, this was painful. I hated it. Like, I messed up, but I did it. And seriously, I challenge you every single week, a couple times a week. If we can just challenge ourselves to do that, I'm telling you, you'll get more comfortable. You'll get more people coming up to you. You'll get more DMs. They will actually connect with you as a person. If you mess up, and if you have like an animal jump in the room, if you have a kid screaming, your husband walks through, they love that stuff. It's their favorite part of it, right? When Donovan's naked and runs through my thing or screams at me, people love that way more than what I'm even talking about, right? It connects them to me and makes me feel real to them, you know? And that's when they feel like, oh, okay, maybe I want oils too because my kids are screaming and driving me crazy just like her, you know? And then we all connect and laugh about it. So it gives you, she says, the tool of authenticity. And I feel like Instagram, in a sense, doesn't. Photos on there don't make you authentic, right? What does Instagram give you now, though? Instagram Live, Instagram videos, that is making you real and authentic to people. And that's a great thing. And, of course, Facebook is really great, I feel like, for that as well. And she, of course, says, have an outline or a topic. Don't ramble a ton because you do want to make it interesting. And then as far as Facebook group goes, make sure this place is a safe community to come to. Sometimes when we get into like health niches, some people have really passionate opinions and, you know, whatever. Just make sure your community is safe. I feel like our group is really safe. I've never had anybody say anything too controversial. But again, this is what a community is. They would need to be able to ask questions safely and then always feel like they're getting the best response. If you don't, you know, think their lifestyle choice is great, well, keep your mouth shut and let someone else answer their question or something, right? But like, this is a safe community and that's what we want to do. Anybody have anything on Jenna or maybe your experience with going live that you want to share? Kate, Courtney, who else went live? Cheryl, Ashley, Rebecca. I didn't see yours, Rebecca.
I went live, I hated it. The irony is that I felt like okay in the moment. Oh, okay. I first have to confess that I completely did a mock-up video by myself through just like the phone video. I love you. Because I was like, I have no idea what I'm going to sound like. I also realized I say too much. It's like it totally like makes you humble. But after I finished, I was like kind of anxious. Like I was kind of like buzzing for like the 30 minutes after the fact. And I was really comforted by the fact that like literally only 3 people were watching me live because like you can see how many people join it. And I was like, oh, 3. I know all of them. I feel a little bit safer. In a weird way.
But like, the thing I like about the live now is your live actually stays, which it used to not. So then,
I know.
So now I think I'm going to do more live videos because I was so irritated. I did some in the past, right? And then I'm like, okay, well, that was a lot of effort and not that many people showed up. But I'm loving it because I actually went back, Kate, and watched yours. And Cheryl commented in the section that your lashes and hair and makeup were perfect, which I do have to agree. I was like, whoa, these eyelashes are amazing. But yes, I thought it was great because you now can see it for a couple hours. So I don't know about you guys, but I actually, now that I've found that they're doing that, I'm going to start setting aside a time to do every single week a live session of a DIY quickly on there or an oil tip or something about doTERRA, and I'm just going to go on there and I'm going to do it live, and I really feel like that's going to build some momentum with people that aren't connecting in other ways, because they can ask you questions and stuff like that, right? And you can even say, if you start getting these live good, you could literally do a full class live. That class is going to stay on there for a couple hours. You have no idea who's going to see the class, right? So I really think like I'm liking this Instagram live a lot more now that the videos are staying on longer. So, but I really, really, truly believe that this is going to make a difference in your guys' business versus just the posts, because people are going to connect with it so much more. Anyone else?
I almost didn't click the stay on for 24 hours because they gave you an option. I don't want to do that, but I did. You were very proud of me.
I'm proud of you. I'm super proud of you.
But it was cool because actually one of the girls that was watching it text me privately. A friend of mine was like really affirming. She's like, that was such a fun thing to do over my lunch break. Like, thank you for doing that. So it's like, it was what I kind of needed as like a little added encouragement. Like, way to go. And then I've been getting a lot of those like messages from it all afternoon. So
seriously, no, that's amazing, right? Like, and imagine if you did that regularly. I'm telling you, like, people normally have to hear something 6 times, I think the rule is, before they actually are ready to commit. Someone who's not familiar with essential oils literally needs to hear you explain to them 6 different times why the oils will work good for you before they're going to commit to buying something or coming to a class or maybe hosting one, right? So that's why you need to keep doing it regularly, because that consistency is where you're going to actually get the fruit of your labor. Doing it one-off shoots, I feel like you're going to be like, well, that didn't work. I'm not going to do it anymore. Well, yeah, because you weren't consistent with it, right? I feel like I get the quote, but it's like, what is the difference between successful people and regular people? The things that regular people do occasionally, successful people do consistently. So if you want to be regular, do that one thing maybe once or twice. If you want to be successful, do it consistently, right? Not offshoot and then expect why I am not having an amazing Instagram thing, or why didn't anyone come to my class or whatever. Do it consistently and then let's talk about it. But we probably won't have to, because then you'll probably have full classes and people buying stuff. All right, anybody else?
Yeah, I was just going to mention the Facebook Live one. You can actually post it to your timeline so it stays there. And I actually put in my video, I said, this is my first one. Show me some love, put your comments down. And basically what happened, it was all my family. It was my brother, my dad, my grandma, another lady who I kind of consider an aunt. So it was literally like all my family, but they don't go on Facebook very often. So it actually worked in my advantage, because every 6 hours somebody was commenting, and then it pushes it back up to the top of your feed for a lot of people in the Facebook algorithm. So that way, like, when I was saying, hey, comment when you see it, it was almost like every few hours that post would then go back up to the top.
I love it.
In my favor, and then I did get text messages about it, or people just saying good job. Even my boss at work, good job. So it was like kind of funny that way, but yeah.
That's awesome. Anyone else? Okay. So on to Gary's videos. They were a little bit short and sweet, but I did think they have some good nuggets in there. So one thing that we all need to remember is you have a community when one person listens to you. If grandma's listening to you, you have a community. Does grandma have friends who have arthritis and joint pain and need help with sleep and digestive issues? Grandma does. Can you go love on grandma and her friends and help them? Yes, you can. Do they need help instead of medication consistently for the rest of their lives? Yes, they do. So why are we thinking grandma does not have a network? Grandma probably has a huger network than you think a lot of other people do, and you're just not loving on grandma and her friends yet, right? So literally, who are those people that we're actually thinking aren't like somebody big of our community that could turn into your best outlet for a community? If you went and loved on like, elderly folks' homes or whatever, and did a community intro to essential oil class for them. I'm telling you, I know of whole groups of doTERRA where that is their mission, is to reach the elderly with essential oils. And they literally had a lady at Convention for Leadership who I think was 80 who sells doTERRA, and that's her whole target market, right? Because she knows she needed the essential oils. So let's not just push other people off just because we don't think they need essential oils in their life. Really, all age groups too. So whoever's commenting or in your community, treat them with importance. Answer every single question and pour into these people, and then you actually will have a community, because that will then multiply. And then he says the best way to grow your social media following: content and context. Post every day, which is the content, and then engage and answer with his, which is building the context of the relationship. So by replying, you're providing the context and you're building that community. He's like, it takes work, right? A lot of times we're like, where's that instant, gratification of everything? And it's not going to be there. Like, you have to, like right now, the Obsessed with Essentials has 300 followers, right? My personal Instagram has 11,000 something, right? So why am I still giving good amount of energy into Obsessed with Essentials on Instagram? Because I want to build a community. Is it a lot of work? Yes. But am I doing it? I am. And I find value in it. And so just because I think there's 300 people, am I not going to give a valuable post and put my time into it? No, I know that would be ridiculous, because I want to build something. So you guys need to look at yours the same way. If I have 300 followers and I'm putting them in, I bet you guys have around the same amount. So let's really look at those 300 followers, engage with them, give them quality content to where they're actually going to tag their family and friends, and then you'll actually get more followers. And then he said, content is only a small percentage of the equation, right? Hard work is pouring back into your community. And so really that's the theme of the whole talk today, is community, and what are you doing for your community? And then I loved Tiffany Peterson's. I thought she had a lot of great notes in there. Her thing is nourish your network. And she said, people who create massive success, you can always trace it back to their relationship capital. What is your guys' relationship capital? And is that something you need to work on? Do you need to get out of your comfort zone, get out of your little inner circle of the same 5 people you hang out with every single week? If so, find some new interests. Go to a new community class. Go to a ceramics class. Go to a farmer's market. Go volunteer somewhere. You have to get out and get to know more people, because if you stay hanging around the same 5 people every single week, that is your community then, and it's not growing, right? So you need to get out and you need to start building your relationship capital and really give back value to people. And she said the kind of quality of network you have is the difference. And what is that? So she says your network equals your net worth. And I really think that's true. I mean, as I've been able to see my network grow, my net worth has grown a ton, right? Because my net worth has grown a ton. And that was a lot of work, but that's how you grow a network, and then get more money. And they said it's not what you know, but who you know. So really see who you do know and how they can be an asset. Like I just did an Instagram last month. I did it was an Instagram. What was it called? Where am I blanking on the name? What's when someone does posts for you? Not a sponsor. What is it? Anyone know what I'm talking about? What, it's like a clothing company and someone gets their clothes and reposts their kid in it. What do they call that?
Like a takeover or something? Like a
brand rep. A brand rep. Has anyone ever seen that before? So when I had Blake and Donovan, they had all these cute kids' clothing, right? And they said, do you want to be a brand rep for us? We'll send you 5 items of clothing every month. You take pictures of your kids in it. You post it to Instagram and tag us in it. And what is that doing, right? Why are they giving that person free clothes? they're doing it because this person, A, takes cute photos, maybe has somewhat of a following. It grows their entire network to a new audience, and it tags it back to them, right? That's the purpose of why they're giving away free stuff. So I said, why don't I do a brand rep search to grow my community? So I offered it. I got a lot of people who had smaller communities, like not that many followers, which wasn't what I was ideally looking for, although I still connected with two of them. And actually I converted those two that contacted me via brand rep. And I said, well, actually sounds like you actually might want to sell doTERRA yourself. So why don't we just sign you up with a kit instead of being a brand rep? And then when you're ready, I'll help you do the business. So actually I got 2 full customers that might be turning into business builders just by saying, are you interested into essential oils? Do you love natural health? Would you like to learn and try more? Text, email me, if you want to be a brand rep. I had those people contact me. I did a one-on-one to tell them a little bit about what I was expecting. And by the end of the conversation, I was like, well, actually, I feel like, if you were my brand rep, I would be taking all the people that would actually sign up under you. So if you actually think there's any chance you might want to sell essential oils in the future, you might want to do the business side yourself and actually just get a kit and yada, yada. So I had 2 people do that instead, right? But then I did have one person that I had to do the brand rep. She today posted for the first time. She posted a beautiful photo, talked about, and I prepped her on what to say in a sense. And I said, what I want you to get across to your readers is, and this here, actually I'm going to read what her post was. So you can see this is what I wanted her to market. I wanted her to market that what I was offering was a community, and that I would make sure that if someone got essential oils, they wouldn't sit in the cupboard. Because I personally feel like that's what most people think, right? So this is what the lady did. She posted a photo of all these essential oil roller bottles and wrote, raise your hand if you are like me and are guilty of buying essential oils and then letting them take up space in your house because you have no idea how to use them. So she's literally connecting with her entire audience, right, on behalf of me. Then she puts, my real life friend Melody, you might know her, and then she tagged me, Sweet and Saucy Shop, Life on Loma, has created the most helpful Facebook community support group where she helps educate you on how and when to use your oils. She made these beautiful roller bottles for me, and now that I actually know how to use them, I'm loving them. You can learn more about oils and support over at her group, Obsessed with Essentials. Could I have asked for a better, marketing for what I want to connect with people? So what I did for her is I sent her a diffuser. I asked her what her top health concerns were. I made her pre-made roller bottle so she wouldn't have to do it because, again, some people, I just want to make it easy for her. And then I sent her a couple bottles for her diffuser. So it was a little bit of an investment for me, right? But then I got on a one-on-one video, walked her through how to use everything, and then told her what I expected with my posts. And I want her to post once a week and then to do Instagram video live. And I said, I want you to host one online party for me. Okay? So that's what I got from it. For me personally, that is a big thing. She has 22,000 followers, so I'm loving this, right? So what did I get? I got a lot of new, not a lot, but I got a good amount of new followers, and that I even got one lady write me, and she said this, exactly what the lady prepped, right? She wrote, hi, how are you? I'm interested in the whole essential oil thing, and I just saw your post that said you actually send roller bottles. I was actually looking for something like this, but wasn't sure how to get started. So I literally walked her through the whole thing, told her about the starter kits, how they come with these, how we have a great support group, that there's roller bottles, charts, all of this, and everything like that, and she wants to get started. So was that not a great way to grow my community and network? I did a little risk, but this person now is going to be posting, and then she did 4 videos on her online video talking about the roller bottle blends. So why don't you guys find someone in your network that you think you can work with? They don't have to have 22,000 followers by any means. As long as you know someone that is going to be able to connect with other people and is passionate about doing it and can listen to your someone instructions on it, this is awesome. If they can't take great photos, take the photos for them and then just send them the photos of it and they can repost them. But if they can, then it seems more authentic sometimes. What do you guys think about that idea? Is that something that you guys can do? I see some head nods.
Yeah, it's actually a smart idea because I saw your post on it and I was trying to figure out like what your purpose was for it, but now that you explained it, it makes sense.
Yeah, so I got a lot of people.
Like,
say that again.
Like I said that's where I feel like I'm at. Like I'm stuck with the same, 10 people, and it's like, okay, I know all these people, but how do you get other people to start? You build on other
offering someone free stuff, but not really free because you're getting something in return is a very smart investment, right? And you don't have to give it to everyone, right? It literally, I didn't do it to everyone. Some that I talked to, some, you can say, oh, I don't know if it's going to be the best fit or whatever, or let's meet up and I can talk to you. But you've just got someone saying they're willing to talk about your product, try it out, and what if that person starts loving it? What if they then host a class? What if they become a business builder? Literally, the opportunities are so big when someone is authentically connecting with you to see how they can maybe use these essential oils. Maybe they're not ready to jump into a kit. So you're making another path for them by doing it this way. And if you can't give a huge thing, let them borrow a diffuser. Buy one diffuser and let that be your borrowing diffuser and tell someone, okay, you can borrow it for a month and see if you like it, right? It doesn't have to be, and then maybe you can give them the oils, whatever you want to do, right? But literally find different creative ways of how you can do this. Sometimes I even have a separate kit, and you can even do it in roller bottles, but you can say to people, oh, if you're interested in learning more about essential oils, I have a kit that I let people borrow for a week at a time and a diffuser so that you can try out at home before you buy your own. Now, if you're going to do that, make sure you prep them on how to use it and have the blends written out. Otherwise, they're going to take it home and have no clue how to use the freaking thing, right? So say, go home tonight and in your diffuser at night, put lavender, serenity, and breathe. 3 drops of each. You're done. And then wake up in the morning and add lemon to your water. And then here's your roller bottle. Motivate during the day. Like, give them an itinerary, right? If you put effort into doing that one time and you let someone borrow a kit twice a month to see if they liked it, what if you would get 2 new sales a month just by doing that? I've done it before and it works because sometimes people have to try the oils before they actually buy it. And that's okay. Just do it in a way that works for you. Anybody else have any thoughts or questions on that? No? Okay, then here's my challenge for this next week. I want every single person to connect with one person, and you need either, in a sense, have someone be a brand rep, right? Where they're going to be, in a sense, ask, so post it, right? Go on live and say, I know so many of you want to try essential oils. I hear about it all the time, but maybe aren't ready to make the jump into a kit. If you have certain health issues, and then name off, if you have stress, sleep, name them off to connect with the person and want to try essential oils, and then share it with the people in your, community. Want to learn more about possibly being a brand rep and doing that, DM me or email me. And then you're connecting with a whole person over it. So I want each of you guys to do that this week. Or if you want to do the borrowing the kit idea, either or. I think the Instagram one where they have to post to their network as well might broaden it a little bit. You want to make sure they tag you so the person knows how to get back to you and talk about your amazing community group. So get them added to Facebook, even if they're not a member yet, so they can see it. Tag them in the intro to essential oil video. Give them a lot of stuff and take the time to do like a one-on-one video with them, right? Or meet with them in person so they actually know what the heck to do with the oils when they get them. So next week, we're all going to go over the person that we connected with and how it went. So every person's talking next week on this video. Okay. Sorry. Okay. There we go. All right. Let me go through back to Tiffany Peterson since I went on a little tangent. Okay. Okay, and she says people are successful when they're masterful with connecting with human beings and when they serve and build value. And that's the main thing that she keeps talking about. What kind of value are you building, right? Connection equals clients, which equals cash, right? You need to connect with people to get clients to be able to get income. That's how we do this business. And she said, here's a question to ask yourself. How often do I, wait, let's see if I wrote this right. Okay, how often do I make other people feel important in my presence? How often do I make other people feel important in my presence? That's going to help you to connect with people. If you're not concerned about other people and how to uplift them, how to make them feel important, how to make them feel like you are concerned and want to help them, you are not going to be building value and community that well. He said the tips on how to nourish your network is listen and ask questions. And if you're not listening and you're not asking questions, then you're not going to know what the person really needs. And that's why maybe you're not connecting when you're trying to make a sale to someone, because you're only talking about yourself and you're not letting them talk about what their real needs are and how you can actually help them with their needs. Seek to understand your audience and what they need, and that is how you will be able to connect and serve them. And then she said, Mother Teresa said, there is more hunger for appreciation and recognition than for bread in this world. And I feel like that's a pretty crazy statement, but it sort of is true. Like, we're all looking for appreciation and recognition. And if you don't give that to people, and this goes for your business, if you have builders underneath you or shares, if you are not giving them recognition, if you're not giving them encouragement, appreciating them, or if this is for customers, if you have a customer that orders every single month and you're not appreciating that customer and what they bring to your network, that is not valuing them, right? Send them a free roller bottle, write them a note, tag them in a post you really think they're gonna like, go out to coffee with them, connect more, find out how you can help, right? Sometimes sending them like literally a wild orange bottle, which if you get the kit, Class in the Box, right? The Class in the Box kit from doTERRA is $25. It comes with doTERRA magazines, it comes with the sign-up sheets, it comes with a product guide, and it comes with 10 bottles of wild orange, which are $2.50. If you don't use anything else in the kit, just those wild orange, you get 10 of them. That's only $2.50 for a 5 milliliter bottle of wild orange. You can bless someone with $2.50 by giving them a wild orange bottle. It smells amazing. It's an amazing uplifter. Why not bless someone who's been reordering with something like that? They will appreciate that. That's $2.50, right? That's something you could do. That's something you could add on to your BOGO. Oh, if you get started today, you get a free wild orange added to it. Okay, that costs you $2.50. Tell me you don't have that. That's not drinking coffee for a day, right? We can all cut something out so we can give back to our customers, even if you're not making a lot of money at this point. And she said, instead of thinking of the new and the next client, why don't you first make sure your current clients are happy and well taken care of? That is how you're going to get returning LRP orders, and you're going to get people to host classes, want to come to Make and Takes. If no one wants to host a class for you, why don't you host a Make and Take, which in their mind is giving back to them, and then let them bring people with them, and then do a good job of presenting what an Intro to Essential Oil class is with a kit option to their people that they're bringing, right? Just make sure you give that education element, because if you don't, when you have people come, then they're not going to buy a kit and they're just going to leave with the DIY. But I think a DIY is great because it really makes the customer that you currently have feel like you're spending time to give back to them, right? And help them learn how to use it and to make it fun. So why don't you do a class like that? And then ask too, sometimes people, what can I do to support you? And they'll tell you. Write out personal notes, birthdays, thank yous, things like that. Schedule that in. I know Kasha is like amazing at that. She has all people's birthdays in her calendars. She writes out like so many people. My aunt always sends cards to me in the mail. I love it. Brightens my day. It's definitely not my skill. I'm trying to get better at it. But if that is, or if it isn't even, work on that, because I really do believe when someone gets something in the mail that really touches them, or even a text or an email, if that's easier for you and doable. Set aside 1 hour a day, 1 hour a week to just give back to connecting with people and giving them love and appreciation. And then she said, serve more to sell more. Show me who I can serve today, who needs help today. And I know we've talked about that a lot when all of us have felt like, oh, I'm not getting anywhere. Oh, I'm not this. What can we do? Get our mindset out of the gutter, right? Out of on ourselves. And then like I just listened to someone's podcast and she said, when she was talking about fear, it's sort of like a flashlight. It can only shine one way or the other. And when it shines on you, you're literally only thinking about yourself, right? You're not even thinking about the customer. Like, so when we're doing these online videos, it's like, how do I look? How do I this? What if I don't? Why don't we then shine the flashlight onto the customer in a sense and be like, how can I help this person? What is something somebody really asked me about? Like, someone really struggles with anxiety. I know a lot of people out there struggle with anxiety. I'm going to give the best pointers on anxiety. And I'm not just going to talk about essential oils. Maybe I'll give other health tips, right? Maybe I'll say, if you have struggle with anxiety, I want to give you a free roller bottle today. Do you think that would give you a connection if you did an Instagram live video? I know Cheryl tried that technique. Oh, I'm going to give away something or whatever. Like, try something like that in your Instagram live videos, right? If you are struggling with toddlers who can't sleep and you want to try a roller bottle, get the 5 milliliter roller bottles, not even the 10. Literally, those cost 50 cents, and then you fill them up. If it's a kid, you're putting like 5 to 8 drops of essential oil in it, right? That is not that much money. You can totally send that to someone as a gift, connect them. Just make sure you're doing a follow-up. But these are all things that keep nourishing your network, and maybe the person has to be sampled 3 times before they want to get a kit. We never know, but if you don't do that and offer that to the person and give them value, you're never going to get that kind of customer that needs that value before they want to buy something. And then she said, another thing is success is scheduled. So, what? I don't know. I butchered the line. I was like, I type when I exercise, literally. I'm like on the elliptical trying to type at the same time, and I have more typos on my notes than anybody. So I apologize. Half the time I'm like, what am I writing again? But okay. Basically, she says if you want success, you need to schedule it, right? Schedule in relationship nourishment. And then she lastly ends it with your VIP clients. Take care of them with all you can. And I feel like I learned a lesson on this because I had one lady, no joke, she was just a customer, and she ordered on the LRP to get the free product of the month every single month. She was she might have been single, maybe married. She definitely didn't have kids. So I was like, what are you doing with all these oils? But she literally bought essential oils every single month for over a year. And then I felt like I didn't nourish that relationship as much. And then she went cold turkey off the LRP and literally stopped ordering ever. And this was a customer that did every single month. It's almost like I took advantage, because I knew she was doing it. I didn't put anything back into it, right? And that was a good lesson for me. And she actually just contacted me because she follows me still on Instagram. And she's like, oh, I actually got pregnant and now I'm totally sick. And I left all my oils at my mom's and I moved to Portland or whatever, but I really need a blend for nausea. Can I come get one? And you know what I said? Sure, come, I'll make you get a custom roller bottle blend. Did I charge her? Did I ask for anything? Of course not, right? Because I know when she has a kid and wants to get back into essential oils, she's really going to want to start getting into oils again. And here's my chance to nourish the relationship that she really had, and maybe I didn't do the best job of nourishing it. So I really say, look into your current network, figure out how to nourish it, and see what sprouts forward from it based on just that. All right, I did a lot of talking. Anybody else want to add anything? Did you guys get anything from Tiffany, from Gary, from Jenna this week, or any lessons on community? And I might have to call and ask some names if nobody wants to talk. Jen laughed, so maybe that means she wants to talk. No, you already talked tonight.
No, the videos were good, but last week about leadership in your community, I've been really working on my Instagram, so it's helped. I had a couple of people comment on stuff that I posted. I did the beach wave thing and this
yes.
So I mailed her one. I mailed her a whole bunch of other stuff. I did a whole bunch of mailing this week of like samples to just random people that commented just as a surprise. Like they
awesome.
didn't say anything, and so I just sent it. So trying to do other things.
I love that. And yeah, and once you do that, you know, follow up and say, oh, if you like that, I would love, you know, for the next week to add you to our Facebook group and tag you in an intro to essential oil video so you can get a little bit more knowledge on essential oils. And then they might absolutely love that, right? And that might be the next thing that you're giving them for free in a sense, right? Let me add you. So you're just literally giving free. And after a while, people feel bad if you keep giving them free stuff and they're like, all right, what is it that I have to buy from you again? You know, you gave me so much free stuff, and then they're hooked on it. But that's awesome, and I've been loving your Instagram posts. I feel like you're getting in your own look, too. Like the posts, like your BOGO ones, your own style. Like, I really like it. Super pretty.
Yeah. Thanks.
Anybody else?
Try it.
You're doing it. Okay. No one else wants to talk, so that's all right. I won't call on anybody. Okay. So one thing I did write, I think in a thing, is I said, what's something you can do, each one of you, to add content and value to our community, right? So I hope you guys feel like Obsessed with Essentials is your community. I definitely don't want it to be about me. I know my face is on there a lot, but I feel like that's because sometimes everybody else's face doesn't want to be on there because everyone hates, you know, doing live videos, so I'm the only one suckered into it by the end of the day. But since you're all practicing your Instagram live videos, I really would love if, I feel like literally if we can make our community the best community, it's going to benefit everyone. So when all of you guys take time out of your day to go onto our Obsessed with Essentials Instagram or our Facebook group or something like that, and you put value into that, that is going back straight into your own business, right? Because that is adding our group to be a better asset to everyone. So that if you talk about arthritis or if you talk about pets, like I don't know how many times Shannon and I don't know anything about pets, right? And she did a whole video and I've been able to say, yeah, I have no clue how to use them, but there was the best video I'm going to tag you on. That was so beneficial to our community. And that was a lot of effort for her, right? And I so appreciate that. And I know so many people in our group did. What if we could all take something we're passionate about and actually say, I'm going to carve out some time and add value to our community so it's better for everyone. And I'm going to do a mini class on it. Or I'm going to do a mini live video. It doesn't even have to be a whole class. If that overwhelms you, just pick one DIY that you're into or something, or your favorite oil blend, and post about that, you know? Like, that's what connects with people. So if we could all do that, that's sort of what I wanted to challenge. So I know I gave 2 challenges this week, but if we could all do one thing to add to the Facebook group, I would absolutely love it. It doesn't have to be huge. Lauren's done so many classes, and I know they're a lot of work, but they have been awesome. If you haven't seen them, I think next time we'll probably do it more like as a Zoom class, because the Facebook events are tricky, because if it's a past event, you can't add them, and there was such great content. So I'm even thinking, Lauren, we might want to just do that same class again since we've done all the work for it, but just do it in a Zoom video, you know, like this, where everyone can jump on and then we can just post the video to the group.
I do like that. Yeah, I do like that idea, because it's like if you have it, you kind of want to be able to refer.
Yeah, and it's such a pain in the butt. They actually have to be like friends with me before I can add them. So,
right.
So I think maybe that's something. But I'm telling you, those classes, one was on detoxing. It made so many people like learn about all these products doTERRA had that were all on detoxing that they didn't even know they could use, right? So what if you guys take something like the Beach Wave spray? Jen, go on there, do a little live video. Here's my Beach Wave spray. Here's how I made it. Simple, right? You already know how to do it. You already made it. And if you're like me, sometimes I'm like, well, crap, I don't have my makeup on my hair. So it's not the best, but sometimes I just do the video on the products. They still get the information. My face isn't even in it. Now, I'm not saying that's the best way to do it, but like this morning for the Oil Madness group, I was like, there ain't no way I'm getting makeup on before like 5 o'clock, so I'm not going on the video either. So I just did a very informative video, but I didn't even show my face on it, but I did it and I got it up there, right? So sometimes we have to make it work. So you can do it either way. I just say, just make it happen. Because I could have made excuses and just not made it happen. But I'm like, okay, what's my compromise? I'm just not going to show my face, and I'll just make a really informative video, you know? But I just say, make it happen. Go on there, add some content to our group. And the more content we can add, the better it's going to be for everyone. Okay, and then I just want to end it. I know it's 9 o'clock. I just had 2 quotes that I wanted to end with. So let's see. This one is, a vision is like a dream. It will disappear unless we do something with it. Do something big or do something small, but stop wondering and go on an adventure. And I feel like a lot of us have a vision. It's like we have this vision, but so many times it's like a dream, right? Because it's going to disappear because we don't do anything, you know? And so we have all these great ideas. We get off growth group and we're like, we're going to kill it this next week. We're going to do this and this. We don't do any of those things, right? Let's all say we're going to do these certain things and make our vision a reality and not so much like a dream that disappears, right? And if we do that consistently, that's how our businesses are going to have success. So I thought that was a great quote. And then the last one is, let's see. The value of our lives is not determined by what we do for ourselves. The value of our lives is determined by what we do for others. How should we ask people to judge our legacies? By the balance in our bank accounts on the day we die, the number of emails we've answered, how many times we went to the gym, or by the character of our children we raised and the people we led, or the impact we had in the lives of people around us. Let us live our lives for the legacies we want to live. And I feel like that's so true about our business too, right? Like, do we just want to be a certain rank? Do we just want to make a certain income? Or no, do we really want to leave a legacy of people saying, oh, do you need help with natural health? Do you have health issues? You know, Lauren, Allie, Shannon, Kasha, Ashley, that is the person you want to talk to. That's like the best feeling. Like this week I had a lady say, she literally was like, I'm crying as I'm writing you right now. I feel so weird, you know, writing this and embarrassed, but, you know, and she, you know, gave a vaccine story or whatever, but she was asking for help, you know, and she said, I know, you know, someone recommended me to you and I see that you do this and this, and I would love help. And you know what? I just gave her help back, you know, and that's what we want to do. We just want to be that person for other people, that when someone knows that you need help, health-wise or with yourself, your pets, your kids, whatever it is, that we are the kind of people they're going to go to, right? And that's the legacy. And you don't want to be known as that person sells something. You want to be, that person will help you, you know? And so how are we going to go about doing that every day? We're going to go about sharing, helping, giving back, even if it's not equating every single week to the sales we really want to see. Let's really keep our focus on helping others. And then, of course, if we need to work on some of our techniques on selling, we got to do that too. But our heart is really about loving, giving value, and helping people. So I hope you guys remember that, get encouraged, because I know you all have a heart for helping people, and that's our passion. So I hope you guys got something out of it tonight. Anybody have anything that you want to add before we jump off? No? Okay, great. So next week is going to be on fear. So I know a lot of us have fears. I constantly have fears about various things. So we'll talk about how we can get some of that. I should probably have it up by tomorrow morning or afternoon. And hopefully I won't have any glitch videos and repost the wrong one like I did last week. But yeah, all right. So do your challenges. There was 2 of them. And then I'm going to go through the Facebook group and tally up the points, and then I'll announce 2 winners for the last 2 weeks since I didn't do those 2, and then send out those gifts to those people. So if you haven't added your points for any of the weeks, if you want to add them, then I'll tally up those points since we only have 2 more weeks left, and then someone's winning $300. So, and someone else is winning, I think, 2 and 100. So my bank account's going to feel it. So I hope you guys are working for it and going to get something fun. So, all right. See you guys. Have a good night.
Thank you.
Hi.
Bye.